Hey guys, you're watching One and Only. My name is AJ, and we are back on a one-off episode, bringing back the Useful Redstone series. If you are a fairly new subscriber, you'll have no idea what this world is. This was a series that we done a little while ago, where I went through tons and tons of really cool redstone designs. We've got self-building houses, 4x4 doors, 3x3 doors, farm designs, automatic nether portals that turn on and off, all sorts of things. So what I'll do is, in the description below, if you haven't seen it, I shall leave a link to the playlist with all of the redstone tutorials that I've ever done on that series, and I'll also leave in the description some links to some of the most popular videos that we've done, some of the most popular tutorials with redstone. But not so long ago, we built a minecart or train station, whatever you want to call it, on our Let's Play world, and I laid the episode out in the most tutorial way I could possible. But we were in the confines of a cave. It was a little bit tight to work around, and a couple of you still didn't quite get how it worked and how to build it. So you wanted me to do a tutorial purely on this and this alone, which is what it is. So what we're going to do is, if you haven't seen it, you place your minecart down. You can choose a location from 1 to 4 on this tutorial. You could have as many as you want. You could have 8, you could have 10, or whatever. But for the purposes of this tutorial, we're going to keep it with 4. And then you'd select where you want to go. You could have your home, slime farm, nether portal, and the end, for example. So you want to go to point number 3. You'd then jump in it, hit the button, and you would end up at port number 3. And then, obviously, these tracks would go off to wherever you wanted. But that's number 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah? If you forgot to select one, or if you had nothing selected, you will end up at the end point. If we call this side the start, we'll call this side the end. Whoops. Where is it? Hello? Did I send one away? Oh, he's stuck on that minecart entity. There we go. Do it again and he'll get there. Boop. And he'll end up around this side, like this. So this is the start, this is the end. And if you came from a place, like if you come from your slime farm or from your blaze farm, and you come down one of these tracks, as you can see, they all are sort of rotating around to the right, no matter which one you're in. So you'll always end up at the end point, so you'll never end up at the wrong side. It's very, very simple to build, even though it looks a little bit complicated. We're going to jump over here and start it. So you need a line of 9 blocks to start off with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then go up 3 blocks on either side. 1, 2, 3. I'm just using the same blocks as what I did on the Let's Play world, but you can use whatever blocks take your fancy, whatever blocks you think will look nice. So once you've got that area, we're going to place some blocks in the middle. Again, you can use any blocks, but I'm going to use stone bricks. So you've now got a 7 by 3 stone brick area. What we're going to do now is, let's get some wooden buttons so they stand out a little bit more. We're going to place a wooden button with a gap in between each one. And then on this top level, we're going to place a redstone lamp. Now, how it is pretty useless. It's not going to light up the light or anything. So we need to use some redstone now around the back here to make it all work. So on the back of any blocks that have a button on it, you're going to place a redstone torch. And underneath the block, you're going to place a line of redstone. Okay, so off the torches here, on the level that we've got grass currently, we're going to place a repeater. This will also join up to the redstone, which is perfect. Behind these repeaters, you're going to place a block. It could be any block, like so, and dig out 1 block behind it and the block underneath it, and do that for each of the 4. And now what you're going to do is place a redstone lamp underneath the blocks, underneath these stone blocks. Now, there is a couple of blocks in the game that will also do the same job, but you can't, for example, just place a normal stone brick underneath. It won't work. So for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm going to use redstone lamps. It's getting night time, so let's sleep away this night. Whoops, this piece of redstone. Okay, so that's sort of step 1 done, and it gets even easier from here. What we're going to do is, in this hole, we're going to place a sticky piston. It's only 4 sticky pistons needed for this design, so it's really not much at all. And then place a block on top. It can be any block for that. Place a block behind it as well. And now you're going to have to put a repeater on top of these ones. and on top of these ones, leaving the block in the middle that has the piston underneath it. So, yep, perfect. Let's cover that up. And cover. Okay, so now when we push a button, let's push number 4, we get all of the pistons jumped up, but then the one we selected then drops back down again, so it's on number 4. And then if we select number 2, they all come up, and then number 2 goes down. So the actual contraption of this redstone design is now pretty much complete. It's now just hooking it up to the lights so it can indicate to us which one we have selected if we forget. So we're going to go 2 blocks up at the back here, and on any block that has a repeater by it, we're going to place a torch. As you can see, the one that we've currently got selected is the only torch that is on. And on top of them, we're going to place a block. Careful, it's a tricky part. Like so. And then you're going to bring these all the way down to your redstone lamps. Like so. And then just place a line of redstone on top of each one. Boop, 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 boop. And there we go. So now we've got the one that we selected, the light is on. And when we change this, that light goes off and that one comes on. And we can change this as much as we want, and it'll always turn that light on and turn the previous light off. Excellent. So now it's time to do the actual track part. What we're going to do is we're going to come out here. We're going to have a sort of start. We're going to bring the line down here, around here, and back up this side again. Like that. We're going to place a button here. This is going to be our start button. We don't need a button on that side because that's the part that we're just going to always end up at once we come back to this location. Let's get our rail. We're going to need some rails. You're going to need some power rails. And you're also going to need one detector rail as well as some torches to power them. So we're going to have a powered rail at the beginning, followed by a normal rail. And then you can have powered rail all the way to, let's say, here. Have a detector rail there, and then you're going to have a powered one, a normal one at the corner, because obviously you can't curve around powered rails. And then we're going to have a powered one, a normal one, a powered one, a normal one, a powered one, normal one, powered one, normal one, powered one, normal one for the corner, and then you can have powered all the way back to here, and then that's the one that you're going to stop on. So you leave that one unlit. And then you can light these ones up, light all of the powered rails up here. Like so. And, whoops! Oh no, I don't want to do that. There we go. Fix it. And under here as well. Okay, so all the ones that we need lit are now lit. And at this detector rail, you're going to need some redstone and some repeaters. So, we're going to place a piece of redstone down here. And then you're going to have repeater, 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 and then a piece of redstone. And on these repeaters, you're going to want to put them on a maximum delay, all 3 of them, like so. So now, once we go over, and let's get a minecart. If we put the minecart down, if we select a place, we've got number 1 selected. If we go over here, it's still going to come around there because we haven't got any places for it to go. But that detector rail is what resets the line. That route here, this circuit, is what resets everything. And we can do this as much as we want. Let's take rid of that. We've got number 2 now. We put the cart down, we send it on its way, and it resets it and turns all the lights off. Very important, so you don't have to manually reset it. Okay, so now once we've got that, you can now bring off a line as far as you want off each of the normal rails, not the powered rails, because the normal ones are the ones that we're going to turn. And then we're going to have some lines coming down here. Well, these could be powered as well if you wanted them. We'd have them powered like this. There. And then power these. Whoops. There we go. Excellent. And now when we push the button, the track is now turned. So we've got number 1 selected. The minecart's going to come down here. And then it's going to turn off there. So we can demonstrate that. So number 1 selected, light number 1 is on. And when we push the button, it ends up at point number 1 and then resets again. And once all of these reset, they'll all point in the opposite way. So if we just send a minecart to each one, we've done number 1, there's number 2, there's number 3, and there's number 4. And again, if we have nothing selected, it'll end up back over there at our end point. So now we've got a minecart off each end. And as you can see, they've now reset to their proper position of pointing to the left if you're facing this way. So now if you come from this way, you will always end up going that way. Oh, apart from it's bounced back off those minecarts. Make sure to delete your minecart, otherwise you'll end up coming all the way back to where you came from. But yeah, you'll always end up going back to this point again, which is great. That's pretty much it. You can now sort of dress it up however you want. You can make it look as pretty or as dull and boring as you like. But again, if we push this button, let's push number 3. And now it looks a little bit funky. But basically, when a minecart comes around, when the track is going that way, it can't go down that way. It's going to sort of go whoop and then go this way again. Same here, it's going to want to go down, but it's going to be pushed this way. And for the third one, it can now follow it round. So if you watch the minecart go over it, it does look a little bit funny when it goes over. It sort of glitches through them and then goes down that way. But again, you can have this with 8 lights or 10 lights, 10 tracks or whatever, and it'll still work. So that's it. That's the tutorial, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and we shall see you in the next episode. Bye!